Alright. I've got everything going now. Sorry about that, guys. I know I'm late, but every time I thought I was just about ready, I was like, oh, I got one more thing. Oh, I have another thing. And before you know it, you've done everything, and it's 30 minutes later. But I did make it. I did make it here, right? That's something that matters, I think. Hello, everybody. Nathan, congrats on grabbing first jams. Thank you for spending your taxes. Hello, Water Ghost. Good to see you all. Hope you're doing well. Water Ghost, thank you for spending your taxes. 20 times total. GG's. I hope everybody's doing good. Let me go ahead and post the links. That way, that's all set up. Some interesting developments have happened since the last time we've streamed. I know it's been a long time, it feels like. So, we will talk about some of that as well. Submit my taxes. There we go. Okay. Okay. There we go. Boop, boop, boop. And zoom out. Add some music into the mix. Go for 30 just in case. I think that should be good. Okay. I have slept 2 times in the last 3 hours. It sounds like somebody needs to go actually sleep. I've been there though. I have definitely done something similar. Sunday was quite the night. I was falling asleep a bunch. Admiral, welcome on in. Thank you for sending your taxes. I appreciate it. I've been good. Glad to hear it, Jams. Swiftu, thank you for subscribing. I appreciate it. 21 times total. GG's. 21 months of subscribing. I appreciate it, Swiftu. Thank you so much. 9 plus 10. 21. That means you woke up in the last 3 hours too. Impressive. Yes. Yes. Dogs equal mending luck. We could go get some dogs. We could try it. Also, I've noticed the camera flashing has happened again. That's not very reassuring. Oh well. Oh well. Okay. We are gonna be fishing today, probably most of the day. Hello, Mob Entertainment. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Let's go get ourselves some dogs. I've got 2. We can bring them over here to the docks with us. Mike is crackling too. Now, why is that? That was all working just fine. And now it's not. Hang on. Check, 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 check. Check, 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 check. I'm not hearing it myself, but that doesn't mean it's not happening. I'll take a look at it after stream, though. Thanks for the heads up. Emmy, thank you for spending your taxes 50 times total. GG's. I'm sorry about the stream streak. It's a-okay. Crackling stopped now, but it was. Yeah, I believe you. It's very likely that it did happen. But I'll keep an eye out. Appreciate it. Fish indeed. Coral, thanks for spending your taxes. I appreciate it. Hello. It's good now. Hey, Blossom Bat. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing well. Boop, boop. It's doing it again. If I go and check again and it's not doing it, I think you might be going crazy. Give me a second. Let me put these guys down. All right. I haven't heard it. Let me put these guys down. Crackle, crackle. Is there a crackle? I haven't heard it. Okay, I heard it click. Hang on. That's gonna be... I've got an idea of what could be causing that, but I don't know if it's going to actually be that. let's go ahead and go to properties. And then I want, that's not what I want. Let me, why are we running, what in the... That's not supposed to be happening. That's interesting. Okay. So, what I'm going to do is I'm going to close that. I'm going to reopen that. At nearly 30, I haven't heard it sing again at the end of the sentences. It's crackling slightly. Yeah, I can hear it like do the little click at the end, which for now what I could do is I could turn me down just a little bit and see if that helps, but I can't guarantee that it will. Sometimes we just cap out a little bit. But I'm not being any louder than I normally am. I'm on my stream profile. And I'm on the stream scene with the stream dock set, so I haven't changed anything in that. What could have caused that? I'm not entirely certain. If it keeps happening or if it gets worse than normal, let me know. Until I can actually just listen to it and not have to focus on stream, it's probably gonna just be pretty bad if I had to guess. It may be worse while I'm playing the game too. I've been having some really bad lag issues when I'm playing Minecraft, and I don't know what's with that. So it may be that. In fact, drop down the render distance for 8. We're not gonna be doing anything too crazy today, so I can afford to let it run a little lower. Hello Rift, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. What do you use to edit your videos? I use a program called DaVinci Resolve. It is a free editor. It's a pretty good software in my opinion. It's it has a lot of opportunities to really prove its worth. There is a pro version, but if you're just making like YouTube videos, then you don't really need it. But it does also have some nice in-house effects as well that you only get if you have the premium. I personally just use the free version though, and it works just fine. Chair stream. DaVinci is great. I got premium. It's pretty nice, especially if you have a GPU. My brother has a premium DaVinci copy, and it's so nice to be able to edit or to render with the GPU. And then it also is really nice to be able to export in really high qualities. Stupidly high qualities, but high qualities nonetheless. Come over here. I need you to breed with one of these guys, because I think maybe not. Okay. I thought I had an unbalanced amount there. I'm still trying to get this all populated. So we'll be stopping over here a couple of times just to feed the cows, trim up the bushes, and it should be fine, hopefully. I haven't started the next episode, so we still only have Oreo right now. Where are the glowberries? They're currently hanging here. They take a little while to grow in, and I'm probably gonna have to bone meal them onto the exact spots I want because they're a little finicky, and I don't have the means to get a bunch more. But I have to come through and I have to punch it every once in a while and just trim it so that when it grows again, it has another chance to spawn more berries. It's it's a very slow process. But it'll look really good once it's all said and done, so I can't really complain too much. Hi, only here for Streak today. Won't be talking. Enjoy the rest of the stream. Thank you very much, Nikita. I appreciate it. Welcome on in, and we hope you have a good rest of your night. I used Power Director and Premiere Pro before, and DaVinci is much better. I've heard a lot of people talk about Premiere Pro being good. But I've also heard a lot of people talk about it being pretty bad. I've never used Power Director. Most people I know end up on Premiere Pro, DaVinci, or CapCut. CapCut is good if you're just doing like TikToks and in short form. It doesn't have like a lot of the super advanced features that I sometimes do want. But I don't think there's anything wrong with using what you like. That's the other thing. I think you can't go wrong as long as you're enjoying the process. But DaVinci allows me to enjoy my process a whole lot better. Alright, fish time, right. CapCut is confusing, not gonna lie. Used it for a while. Aw, that's unfortunate. I've heard a lot of people say they really like it, but I've never used it personally. I've kind of looked over the features and I go, why would I do that when I have DaVinci? But I could also see it why you might, because it is more specialized to content creation, whereas whereas DaVinci is it is considered a professional grade software. I mean, it is used to actually make legitimate movies. How's balancing sleep been for you? It's been all right. Last night I ended up staying up a little later than I meant to, but it was a good night. I got a little bit of stuff done. But I ended up staying up till like 4 in the morning, and then I ended up sleeping a long time too. I slept for like 10 hours, but I'm hoping it'll all balance out at some point. We'll see. We'll see. Night, night, everyone. Good night, Nikita. Thanks for popping in. Get some sleep. Power Director was fun to use, but doesn't support videos with multiple audio tracks. There's ways around it, but it's annoying and fiddly. Yeah, that doesn't sound fun. That does not sound fun. This is DaVinci sponsorship or something? I wish. I wish. Hashtag not sponsored, just like the product. There's a lot of companies out there that if they wanted to sponsor, I'd probably take it in a heartbeat. But there's also a lot that if they wanted to sponsor, I'd reject them in a heartbeat. Probably more of those than anything else. Sunar, hello, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Hello, hello. Hope you're doing good. I said the same thing twice, but in slightly different ways. I was sick all last week. I'm sorry to hear that. Hopefully you're feeling better now. Being sick is no fun. I have thankfully not been sick in a little while. I've gotten close to being sick, but unless you count whatever is like my current physical condition that's been going on for like the last 2 years or however long, if you count that, I guess I have been sick, but it's not like your typical, you know, fever, runny nose, or anything of that nature. I don't know. Dinner made me happy. Had a ton of things I really enjoyed. That's awesome. We love that. I went out to eat with my family today. We were celebrating a birthday, and that's why I was a little late. Because by the time I was walking in the door, I had 10 minutes till stream. And I still had to clean my room a little bit because it's been a mess the last couple of days. And then I needed to put on some clothes that I could wear on stream, and a whole lot of, it's not Admiral's birthday. I just had some chicken tenders. Nice. Chicken tenders are good. I like them. Reasonable reason to be late. I think so. I'd like to believe so anyway. And then when I opened up YouTube, it was like, hey, just in case you didn't know, you're now monetized. And I'm like, I know, I found that out. You already told me, I signed up for all of it. It's like, but there's a lot of features you didn't know about all in streams. I don't know if I set it up right. I apologize if the YouTube experience is less than. But, I'm working on it. We're gonna try to experiment with it a little bit. YouTube, for those of you who missed it, YouTube, monetized us, last weekend, just in time for the Forever World episode, basically. And, so far, you know, I'm gonna be 100% honest with you guys. I've made, like, less than $1. But, it is a cool thing nonetheless. It's not something I expect to make a ton of money anytime soon. But it is kind of encouraging to see that, a little bit as well. So I'm happy with that. And I'm hopeful maybe it'll turn into something more and we can bring back King SMP. Maybe we could turn around and put some of that into emotes and all that kind of stuff for you guys as well. Because I'm not gonna sit here and sell out. That's not something I'm interested in. But I do want to also provide you guys some good stuff. And this is the best way to fund that. Kimchi, lentils, rice, scrambled eggs, and NATO stir fry is goods. I've had rice and lentils. I've never actually had kimchi though. But that sounds like something that's really enjoyable if you enjoy all those things. Boo. $1 more than 0, exactly. How many of those levels do you think are from fishing? Most of them. If not all of them. Because I haven't killed any cows. I haven't really killed very many monsters. Outside of pillagers. I've killed a lot of pillagers. I've done a little bit of smelting as well. That could have given me some. But I haven't really been mining lately. In my experience, the money doesn't really start until you can get 1K on a new upload after an hour. Yeah, the thing about YouTube, that I can definitely comment on now is, you don't get paid a lot. I think right now I don't know if I think I'm allowed to talk about it. I don't remember them ever saying you couldn't talk about it. My CPMs are above $3 right now. So what that means is when an advertiser pays to have an ad on your video, they pay $3 or more for that placement. Now YouTube takes a cut of that. They do take a cut of that, but it's per 1,000. So even if I get just 50%, which I think I get a little bit more than 50%, per 1,000 views, that's around about $1.50 right now. With shorts, it's a little different. That one, they take all of the advertiser revenue for shorts and they put that in a pool, and then the percentage that YouTube owes creators, they set that aside. YouTube takes the other part, and that pool for the creators is you get your percentage of the pie. So if you got 0.01% of the views on the entire short form platform that month, you'd get 0.01% of that pie. Which sounds like not a lot, but you'd be surprised that's actually a lot of money if you manage to pull that many views. Because I don't post on shorts, and the shorts I do post aren't viral type of shorts, I expect to see pennies in the bucket for that. In fact, I think I made a total of 0.0001 cent off of shorts so far. So you could say I'm a millionaire, really, if you wanted. Like, I've made less than a penny. But, you know, it's not... Ultimately, it's not exactly about the money. Because the other thing I've done, where people are like, oh my goodness, he's gonna start selling out, even though he says he's not gonna. He could be lying to us. It's not about the money. I did apply for a job. I finished that last night. It took a little longer to finish than what I meant for it to. But I ended up finishing that, and we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. I'm not going to hold my breath on it, because I've done it. I've filled out this application in specific 5 times now, I think. And pretty much every time I have gotten no answers back. But you never know until you try. You never know until you try. $1 closer to the price of buying a dog. I mean, maybe. Maybe. I mean, the thing about the dog, okay? Just to adjust our expectations just a little bit, because I think we might need to. I still very much live with my parents, and I don't think they would really appreciate having a dog around. Not that they are completely and totally against them, but, I don't think they would want to take care of a pet for me if I were out of town, if I were busy at work, or any of those other things. I don't know if they would really want to take care of a dog for me. Maybe they wouldn't mind on the occasions, though. Who knows? Maybe. I'm not saying never. I'm just saying it may have to wait until I have my own place. You know, that's a possibility. How much do you get from Twitch? Last month, Twitch paid me, I believe, $30. I get a lot more off of Twitch, but Twitch culture is a lot different. It's a lot more common on Twitch for people to drop donations, and with Twitch, it's interesting. The more you stream, it's not necessarily true that you get more successful. That's one of the interesting things about Twitch. I found that as I've cut down streams, I feel like I produce better streams, and I feel like the streams tend to do better as well. Voided, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. Hope you're doing well today. Also, Mountain Fear, thank you for submitting your taxes. 6 or 7 Legos. That's pretty much what Twitch pays, yeah. I mean, if you break it down, Legos are pretty expensive. Legos are terribly expensive. I love Lego. I could never get into it as a hobby, unfortunately, just because of how expensive it is. But I remember as a kid, I used to have, like, every single Star Wars Lego set, and I'd get into Lego Ninjago, and I had a couple of the Lego Marvel sets and things of that nature. Loved Lego, though. supposed to go out with my brother in a bit, but I think he's asleep, so I might be free of obligation by calling the siren call of Blockbench. Oh boy. I've gotten lost on Blockbench a couple of times. I had to uninstall it because I wasn't using it enough to justify having it on here. I needed more room for replay mod. But also, when I did open it, it ended up being a problem. It ended up being a slight problem. My camera is not liking me today, is it? I don't know what's with it. It works fine for like a week, and then it does this. We may need to consider decommissioning this camera. Was $200 for 800 pieces. Gosh. Sounds about right. I really like Lego Ninjago movie. I don't know if that's a hot take. The one with... I don't even remember the plot line. I actually thought it was funny. It was a pretty good movie. I don't think it really... It was a reboot. That's the truth. It wasn't mainline Ninjago, which is what I think a lot of people had an issue with. It wasn't the original. But it was pretty good in my opinion. It was funny. Swifty, thank you for submitting your taxes. I appreciate it. I want to make fun skins for Fish Gaming Wednesday week. Dude, please do. I'm so hyped about that. It's so exciting seeing all those cool people we're gonna be on for Fish Gaming Week. It's gonna be really cool. Like Redstone technology ages. Yeah, it sure does. Boy, I love America, the Constitution, the American Revolution, and the ideas that led to independence. Somebody's been deep in history. Sorry I ate the camera and puked it back out. Thanks, Frog. It's okay. Thanks for coming clean about that. I might actually just pry it open at some point and see if I can fix it. You guys want to try something? Alright? I got an idea. If you are prone to epilepsy, I'm just gonna ask that you don't have your screen on right now. You can listen, but don't have your screen on. I'm gonna shake the wire and see if that does anything. Oh. Come on. Can we do it again? Yay or nay? No. Okay, it's not a wiring problem. At least on this side. It could be under the desk. Hang tight. I don't know, guys. I don't know. It's not the wire. Which makes me think it's either software driver side or the hardware itself is having issues. I mean, it's not hot. I haven't had it on at all today, really. I mean, I had my computer on, but I had nothing that had the... I had nothing that had the camera on, and it just flashed again. Why are you flashing people? That's not cool, dude. Please don't do that. It's worth it. Floats. Exactly. You could make a whole Lego boat. How many USBs are plugged into your computer? Yes. Yes. Have you added a new one recently? The most recent one would have been December, when I got the Stream Deck. Is that why it's turning green? Because you're a frog? Yes. I'm excited for Musi. Friendship bias. That's so fair. That is so fair. At some point, we need to make a shrine for mending luck under the lake. That's an idea. If we don't get mending, we need to max our chances. We need to mending max here. Found out yesterday I could take a U.S. civics test to get a shot in a $250,000 Is it 25,000 or 250,000? And sponsorship opportunities and a chance to compete in DC. That sounds awesome. I have made 2 skins, one for myself and the other one was a fancy Harpy Express one for Nukery. Ooh. You know what? Did you post that one on the SBK Discord maybe? I may have seen that one. I don't remember. I feel like I did. How many USBs are plugged into your computer? Have you had a new one recently? What do you mean, yes? Huh? Try unplugging the Stream Deck. I can't just unplug that because I need it. The nuke one, no, I just on a server. Okay, I saw somebody else made a nuke skin. I stalk that Discord, but I couldn't tell you what I see. But I do stalk it. I check every channel when it lights up. 250,000 total across all places and things and scholarships. So, hey, that's still money. It's money that you wouldn't have to spend. Reg, did you see the videos I sent since the last stream? Yes, I did. There is something really interesting seeing the environment change. It threw me off at first. I'm like, that's not the same room. Also sillies. Do I ironically use a blob skin? Blobs aren't bad. Those aren't bad. No, Reg. No, it wasn't the same room. It was not. It was not the same room. I backread everything in like 17 SPK related servers. That is insane. That is actually insane. What the heck? Hello, Spicy. Welcome on in. The other thing is, Swift Dude, the other thing about the power issue, if it was that, it wouldn't have fixed. I don't think. Because it had been working for a couple of weeks now. And now it's not. I don't think it has anything to do with the wiring. Yeah, it's definitely not a camera wire. That's for sure. If it could be a power issue. That is a very real possibility. Considering I am on a smaller power supply than what I usually use. But I wouldn't have a way to compare that really, because I didn't really stream a ton with this power supply before Christmas happened. In fact, did I get to stream very much at all with the new power supply before Christmas? It may have been like a week at most. I don't know. Have you seen if it's an OBS issue? Like, have you seen it outside of OBS display? It could be OBS messing up the input somehow. That's possible. I don't use my camera outside of OBS, though. I'll try and use it at some point. I'll probably talk to somebody, and I may just try to find an excuse to turn on my camera. And if worse comes to worse, I'll just say I'm testing it for stuff. But I think more than likely, I could probably find a way to turn it on regardless. But I genuinely do not use my camera for anything else. And I've had it for a long time, so it wouldn't surprise me if it is busted. I love modding, only like 6 of those I mod. That is wild. You do 6? I mean, I mod, if we include mine, I mod actively 3 servers. But I am a mod in a lot more. They're not very active servers, so I don't have to like sit there and watch it. Been working for a couple weeks and now I'm not. Oof. Is it... Are you, like, unemployed now? Or is it just, you're off for a couple of weeks or something like that? Okay, I'm at the point now where I think I have too many saddles and I need to, like, seriously consider, do I want to actually keep everything or should I start tossing things out? I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. Probably his power supply issue started when you got that. I mean, it could be. It definitely could be, but the math says it should work. That's the only concern about that. And this is a pristine power supply. It was used once. And by once, I mean it was installed once and then promptly boxed up and put back away because it wasn't working. Well, it was working, but it was put in incorrectly. That's as much as I'll say there. One time I was modifying my friend's PC and it kind of literally blew up in my face. I have no idea what he was doing with that PC. Oof. That's unfortunate. Hopefully you're okay, though. Okay. Thought I was mad at her because she wished me a happy birthday, and I guess I didn't hear because she called me to ask if we're good. Aw. First off day in 2 weeks. Dang. Well, I hope you enjoy your day off. Also, if it's your birthday, happy birthday. Hope you had a good one, I guess. Starting to get later. If you're looking for a good replacement, the Elgato face cam Neo has worked great for me, and it's a really good price. It is USB-C, though. You'll likely need an adapter. I need to just get a actual USB-C hub because I've got like 3 things that all need USB-C and I just have to swap them around as I can. I know why they use USB-C. I think it's almost I think it's a little stupid. Like, for example, the Stream Deck does not need a USB-C. It doesn't. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. There's no reason for you to need to send that much data over a thing that's a little keyboard. It's just measuring an input, and that's all it's doing. When you press the key, it goes software side. So it doesn't need a USB-C, in my opinion. Cameras definitely could be USB-C, and they should be. My VR headset, it's USB-C, but I actually bought a cable just that has USB-C on one end and USB 3 on the other because I couldn't figure out a good way to work that out. I think my audio interface is USB-C as well. I may only have 2 inputs. I don't know how it's set up right now. I very rarely have to unplug and replug things. So, I don't know. I'm on SBK, Avid, Leon, Mig, Duvid, Quilby, and Musi actively. Those are some huge servers too. SBK and Avid would be enough to make me pull my hair out. Like, I would be stressed trying to keep up with that. Then stack Leon on there. I'm sure Leon's Discord stays busy. I'm not actually in Leon's Discord, but I like Leon's videos and streams for that matter. I'm not actually in Mig, Duvid, Quilby, or Musi's server either. I need to join more, but I've reached the 100 limit for free users. I am subbed right now to Nitro, though, so I could just mass join a bunch of servers right now. I could do it. It is USB-C, though, so you'll likely need an adapter. Let me go check the first stream with your Stream Deck. Same, gotta swap my camera, a USB hub, and a DVD drive. That is so annoying. It was a good day, Ice Cube. It was yesterday? Okay. Well, happy belated birthday. Kits would have me tearing my hair out. Kit's server's pretty nice, actually. There's only, like, a couple of times that I have to ever delete anything. When it's really busy, it sucks. I won't lie. Because there's people that just don't read. That's like the biggest issue with moderating any Discord, though. Even my own. People don't want to read. And I don't get it. Why can't you just read the instructions before asking your stupid questions? It's a whole other issue, though. Whole other issue. Next time somebody asks a stupid question that's already been answered, I will read them the message. I will just send them a voice memo. And it'll be me reading the message exactly where it was. And I'll say, if you guys can't read, boom, pin it. Pin it in the chat. You guys will always... You'll never be able to claim that you didn't know. That's... the one time I created a generational AI to speedrun Minecraft, the best time it got was 9 minutes. That's crazy. Probably insane, but the mic issues and camera issues seem to go hand in hand. The camera, or the mic issue actually was a long time ago. It's been going for a while. I think that one has to do with OBS problems, but OBS is... It's interesting. This has been a problem since I've gotten the mic and the audio interface. At the time, I was using Streamlabs. Streamlabs said it was a problem with my audio interface or my mic. So I contacted them. The mic company said it's your audio interface or your software. The audio interface said it's your mic or it's your software. So I swapped from Streamlabs because I was going to do it anyway. It mostly works now. But it still has issues. So it could be a Windows problem. That's the other thing I've seen. But I also just fixed all of that. So unless Windows just reset everything because it felt like it, my mic shouldn't have changed at all since last time. The camera is a new issue, though. SPK, Avid, and Leon are super chill and not particularly difficult. That's good. That's really good. So true. I love the in the rules FAQ it says X. Yep. I don't know if you have viewer joinable servers on those that you have to direct people on how to join. I understand Bedrock doesn't have by default a join server button on consoles, but they are like the worst. They might be the worst offenders. They're like, well, what's the port? Like, the port is already written there, dude. Well, what's the IP? It's right before the port. Well, what do I name it? It doesn't matter. You don't need to worry about what you name it. Well, I'm gonna name it this. That's fine. It didn't work. Well, what does it say? It says that's an invalid address. Okay, well, did you put a space in there? Yeah, well, you can't put a space in the IP bar. It's just like, man, Bedrockers, I love you guys, but we gotta step it up, okay? We gotta step it up. Reading comprehension and understanding. That's all I ask from you guys. And if you struggle, don't hesitate to ask. But use your brain. Please. Please use your brain. It could be stuff in your house that uses power turning on and off. That's possible. Anything's truly possible. I'm not even running my light off of my computer anymore. That was something we tried at one point, but it's not plugged in anymore. What will the next cow's name be? I don't know. I've had a couple of suggestions. I need to double check them and see which ones I like best or which ones have the highest likes or whatever. But I'm gonna hopefully name them both next episode. I gotta go. The funniest comedy show in the country starts in 12 minutes. All right, sounds good. Enjoy the comedy, Swiftu. Polar bear or black bear? Suggest a poll. Let me see if I can set that up. How do I do that? I haven't done a poll in forever. Manage poll. New poll. In a fight? Yeah, that's the question. Why are we putting the polar bear versus the black bear? Yes, okay. What would win in a fight? I'll give you guys 3 minutes on that. Oops, that's the wrong button. Okay. I'd put my money on the polar bear personally. That's just me though. Can I name a cow chocolate milk, please? Put it in the Discord. I will add it to the list, but I don't have my list handy right now, so I will not remember by the time it comes time around. But if I like the name compared to the rest of them, then probably I'll give chocolate milk. Hopefully, we can hope. We can definitely hope. Polar bear steamrolls a black bear. There's a correct answer. You remember the designated survivor last year looked just like you? I forgot about that. Yeah, that is that was a thing. I would say the polar bear steamrolls as well. There's no way a polar bear wouldn't win. They're bigger than the black bear, aren't they? I'm sure they're stronger, because they tread water more often. I don't know. They haven't announced the one for tonight yet. They do it after. That would make sense. Yeah. Polar bears are insane. Polar bears are bigger and stronger than black bears. I went black bear. A black bear could theoretically win, but I would say it would depend on the conditions. That's the big one. But I would say, generally speaking, I would think a polar bear would probably win more often on any given day. I could be wrong though. I don't know if I'll ever be wrong, because I probably won't ever see a polar bear and a black bear fight. But if in the case I ever did see it, I'll let you guys know who wins. I have a feeling there might be more than one tonight. There might be more than one. I don't know if that's how that works, but maybe. Maybe. Him and I have achieved Minecraft Bug Rock. Do you use Bug Rock? I use Minecraft Java. That's the version I play. But there's nothing wrong with Bedrock. If that's the version that you prefer, or that's the version you have access to, then that's the version you should use. It's all Minecraft at the end of the day. Which a lot of people really hate to admit, but it is true. It's all Minecraft. Boop. Did I sleep? I slept. Okay. I needed more barrels. We're running out of room. Polar bear wins in a landslide victory, 7-1. Jeez. Polar bears and grizzly bears can actually breed. This does sometimes happen in the wild. That's insane. That is actually insane. Wow. The more you know. Huh. I mean, it would make sense that it could happen. I mean, their genetics are very similar, I imagine. I mean, they're still bears at the end of the day. But it's kind of surprising that it has happened before in the wild. Let's see, right here. Oop, I want that. And then those. Okay. That's in reference to if someone from the line of succession doesn't show up, they are counted as a designated survivor as well. Okay, okay. I see. I was gonna say, I'm pretty sure they can only have one that, like, mandatory, designated, but... And you could certainly have more than one, like you said, if they don't show up. Because if something happened to the other one, they'd be somewhere in the line of succession, then. They can only have one official. It's probably the same guy. Probably. Why does water kind of taste like milk? Does it? I've never personally noticed that, but maybe it does. Black Bear loyalist over here. Am I going insane? You might be. Hang on. It has like the slightest similar taste, and I'm sure it's probably because of the chemicals and substances that we put in water, or the minerals. But I don't notice it a whole lot. I think we do put... I mean, it definitely depends on your area, but I'm sure they probably put like a little bit of calcium in water, but I don't know if you would taste that necessarily. Water tastes like water. I tend to agree with you guys. You drink watered down milk. This is a real question. That would be a possibility. No. Okay, here's a weird one for you guys. Have you ever drank milk with ice cubes in it? Because I'm not gonna lie, I accidentally did it once. I thought I was getting water, and I went to the fridge, because we have one of those really fancy fridges that have like the ice maker and the water dispenser in there. And I went over there, I wasn't even thinking, I was intending to get milk, but then I put ice cubes in there. I was like, you know, I wonder. So I expressed free will that day. I expressed my free will that day, and I put my milk over top of my ice, and you know what? It wasn't too bad. It kind of brought out a different flavor in it, interestingly enough, to me. It was still good, you know, it was still milk at the end of the day, and it still tasted like milk, but it brought out some of the, almost a different note within it. What would the concoction created in airport trash cans before security taste like? That sounds awful. I should ask them if I can try it. I'll bring my own straw and everything. Crazy as crazy once. They locked me in a rubber room with rats, and rats make me crazy. What the heck? No, yes, it's not the greatest in my opinion. That's fair. Liquid death, but it actually kills. OJ, milk, and water. That sounds awful. That sounds actually awful. Not pleasant. Probably like watered down coffee with some juice. I could see that. Probably accurate. Hello, BTD Gaming. Welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. Coffee. I already had a cup of coffee today, but I really want another one. I need to stay off of it, though. I need to stay on 1 cup a day, and I need to not be drinking it super late so that I go to bed. But I don't wanna. Greg, what did you think at the end of, what did you think of In the End and Heavy recordings I sent? If I recall correctly, they were pretty good, actually. I could hear you a lot better. That was one of the things. I think that was heavy and specific, that I could hear you a lot better. So I was actually able to differentiate between you and the recording a little bit, which was nice. 89 sodas. 89? What happened to the 90th? Do any of you all drink soda? I know it's been like a thing, that Gen Z, or just younger people in general, just don't drink soda as much as they used to anymore. I personally couldn't really tell you the last time I drank a soda. It's probably been over a few months now. I only drink it when the waiter accidentally brings it, is the truth. Like, I usually go, when I go out to eat, I get a water, or I get a tea sometimes. And that's good. I like that. When some places I go, some of the waitresses think that I drink Pepsi, and so they'll bring it out instinctively, and I don't like inconveniencing them, so I just drink the Pepsi, and I just consider it like a little treat for me, because I really just don't enjoy soda as much as I used to. I don't need it, and it's really, like, not to educate you all, but it's really not good for you. Obviously everything's fine in moderation kind of deal, so I'm not like judging everybody. If you drink soda, you're worse than me. Like, no, that's not what I'm saying here, because I do a lot of things that are probably terrible for me anyway. The amount of time I spend on computers is ungodly. I don't spend enough time outside. So, you know, there's plenty of reasons you could get me on that. But I've looked at it, I'm like, you know, it's not worth it. After drinking coffee, drinking a soda, and maybe a tea as well, it's kind of like, at that point, what are you even gonna have teeth? I'm like, you know, I would like teeth. I like having the ability to chew. It's pretty nice. So I've opted to not really drink soda as much anymore. I've also just found that it's easier for me when I go somewhere that I don't have to navigate whether they have Pepsi or Coke. You know, I only like a handful of drinks. I like Pepsi and I like Coke, but they're not the same. Mountain Dew is good, but only in some scenarios. I don't want Mountain Dew with, like, a cheeseburger. But I wouldn't turn down Mountain Dew with, like, Taco Bell, you know? That's an appropriate situation to use Mountain Dew. Root beer is good with just about anything, though. I think that was a waste, but it's okay. You should drink water. That's usually what I drink. Water is usually my go-to. What am I doing? Accidentally, sure, buddy, sure. I don't like the fizzy stuff that stings my mouth, so no, that's completely fair. I don't, but I won't turn down on that. That's fair. I'm kind of the same way. If I'm somewhere, like, at a friend's house, which I couldn't tell you the last time I went to a friend's house, now that I think about it. But if I'm at somebody else's house and they offer a drink, sometimes I'll accept that, just because I can tell they really want me to accept the drink, and I don't want to inconvenience them or make them think that I hate them. So I accept the drink, and I will drink it, but it's kind of like a water is just fine. What was I doing? I don't remember. We need a bigger wheat field, but that's an episode 6 problem or something. I don't know. Thinking about coding a full indie game. What would it be about? I'm curious. I like game development, or actually, I like game design rather. I'm really good at like coming up with concepts. I'm really good at dreaming. I'm really bad at actually making the games, though. I've really been struggling to work on my game. I'm gonna have to delay some things, which sucks, but it's fine. It's fine. Hello, Pregreg. Hello, Cheek. How's it going? It's good to see you. Teeth are overrated. True, true. Just get dentures. How's it going, Jinx? Good to see you. I love water. Water's great. I love water. The One More Light songs, I can be heard a lot better because my speakers aren't loud enough to cover my voice. Now in the end, I've been working on my resonance in my voice. Now imagine how I'll sound when I'm fresher than that take, which, as I mentioned, was a warm-up a few songs before the Lying From You take. Yeah, I mean, when you take all that into perspective, it really tells you something. I don't know if you ever have had the opportunity to, but if you go on YouTube, you can see some behind-the-scenes footage from, like, before they were going on a show. You could hear Chester Bennington doing his vocal warm-ups, and it's, like, one of the coolest things ever. Dude had an insane range. Absolutely insane. Louie, welcome on in. Thank you for submitting your taxes. How's your ear doing, by the way? I remember reading in Kit's Discord that you said it was hurting. I have one job now, working on getting the second, though. Okay, is that a good thing or a bad thing? Because I know you were working 2 before. And then you were also looking into buying some land soon. And now you're looking into getting a second one. Did they drop you? Did you drop them? Was there another opportunity in the air and you're chasing that instead? Only if you want to share it. It's okay if you don't. Probably an Undertale fan game, not gonna lie. Considering I've worked on other projects like Undertale Yellow. Hey, dude, awesome. That would be really, really cool. I know of some people who really, really like Undertale. I've never actually played myself. I need to. But we'll find time at some point, right? But that's awesome. That is really, really awesome. Yo, how goes it? I haven't watched a stream in a long time. It's going pretty good. We're just fishing right now. Hopefully gonna get a mending book today, but who knows when that'll actually happen, right? I don't know if we'll ever get mending. I think it's just a myth at this point. Jinx, depends on how you look at it. I'm gonna try and get my own business up and going. The second job was a seasonal job. Okay, I see. That's awesome, though. Your own business is good. That could eventually become, depending on what you go into, it could become a passive income. It could become a, it could be residual income if you end up just deciding that, you know, you're gonna make something and get royalties off of it, or just eventually it grows into something that you only have to show up for a meeting every once in a while. That would be amazing. Then you can spend all the time with a lady friend and building your dream life. That would be great. Just playing some hardcore right now to make time pass. Nice. My ear feels way better. I can hear again. That's good. I'm glad to hear it. I'm really glad to hear that. The lady friend. I know. I got the really, really unique experience. I got to talk to my best friend a couple days ago, and he FaceTimed me that time, and he had a special somebody with him, and I got to interview them. And you know, I could see it on their faces. That they all meant what they were saying. Season 10 Korean art goes crazy. I've acquired my laptop and tablet. Blenching time? Heck yeah. Good luck. Good luck. Enjoy the blenching. Blenching sounds... That's kind of fun to say. Blenching. I don't know. I'm starting to like it. At first it kind of sounded gross, but now it's growing on me. Funny thing about it is I have seen at least one, and kind of what's started me to work on it. Not a funny scenery change recording. I don't know if you can tell, but I was peaking the mix at times. Also, small, short amount of ringing, and that was with a tired voice. That is crazy. What the heck? Blanche sounds like Blanche. I like food. Yes! Yes, Blanche. Why did you make a lightning rod? I don't have fire spreads off. Or fire tick, sorry. So I didn't want my chicken coop to burn, and instead of just turning fire tick, I just decided I'd make a lightning rod. So that's why. It's just there. I'll put it in a better spot at some point, probably. Maybe. Can't tell what you were saying. I'm glad it was Blanche. Yeah. Context is important. It's a little important. Block bench equals Blanche. Yes, yes. I'm not. That would have been so funny. Yeah, no. Block bench. That's. That frog. Frog. Oh man. What day is it? It's Tuesday, right? Yeah. Okay. My sense of time is way off lately. It's been a long couple of days. I don't know if I told you guys this. I don't think I have. I may have. I don't know. I don't want any of you to, like, go doctor mode on me, though, okay? This isn't, like, a diagnosis time. Because I know immediately, I've had people in my life who would immediately go, that's just depression. You should go see a psychologist for that. But, I don't think I need that, especially from Twitch chat. Not that I don't appreciate everything you guys do say and do for me, but I'm just talking about it for sake of conversation. The last couple of days have been a little interesting. Randos on the internet, exactly. We were trying to, I was trying to get a lot of work done. Last week did not happen. I don't know what went wrong, but it went from like, oh, I'm doing like 25 hours of work clocked easy peasy, no problems, to I barely even got 2. And I was on like the last couple of days of the week. And I was like, man, this sucks. I can't do a single thing about it though. Like, it was just lethargy. That's all I had in me, was I wanted to sit there and do nothing. But that sort of shifted a little bit. I need to like work on it a little bit more, but I think I stacked up my workload a little bit too high, and I just I put a little bit too much on my plate, but I think I fixed it mostly. Probably. I'm like really behind on a lot of things, so it's hard to like take things off the plate. But you know, it's not nothing, but it's not the worst thing in the world. The worst part was walking down the stairs. I was gonna go grab a snack. This is just like a little depressing, sorry. I went downstairs, I was like, oh, I'm kind of hungry, I'll grab something to eat. I got down to the bottom of the steps, and I was like, you know, I don't want that anymore. I want to lay down, but I could not get upstairs anymore. I did not want to go forwards, I did not want to go backwards. So I just laid on the floor for like a solid 20 minutes, 10 to 20 minutes, and just did nothing. Just laid there. And then I got back up, I went upstairs and I slept. Nothing a little nap can't fix, am I right, guys? Sounds really depressing, but life is pretty good outside of that, you know? Like, what more could I say than that? I've applied for jobs, or one job rather, but it could sprout into a couple of different jobs technically. I'm still making videos. Like that's awesome. I still get to stream. Like, life is pretty good. It's just I gotta deal with that side of life. Called gradual burnout, very human. I don't think I would call it burnout. I don't know. That's just me though. In the kitchen, recording was done at 4 to 5 feet from where I did the silly singing, and the usual recordings are 3-ish feet from me. Okay, I see. Gotcha. Copper, hello, welcome on in. Hope you're doing well. What shows do you watch? I don't really watch anything, honestly. I'm usually just doing whatever I want to do, which is usually just making videos, streaming, or trying to work on a video game. Sometimes I'm talking to friends. But recently, my brother and I, we have started the Daredevil TV show. The one that was on Netflix, like, a long time ago, like 10 years ago. Probably longer ago than that, even. We've been going through and watching that. It's been pretty good. But I don't really watch a ton. I feel like most of the entertainment lately has just kind of been disappointing. That being said, I do occasionally watch stuff on YouTube. The Amazing Digital Circus, I've been watching that as episodes have come out. That's been pretty good. I watched that Murder Drones also from Glitch. That was pretty good. But I don't really watch a ton, to be honest. Let me Google your symptoms. This sounds serious. Reg says you're pregnant. No. It says I'm having congestive heart failure and I also have cancer. Right, dude, don't Google them. No, he's female according to Discord. It's true. That child should be popping out any day now. I don't want that image in my head. You don't want the image of me being pregnant in your head. Well, boy, do I have news for you. It doesn't have to be in your head. It could be in front of your eyes right now. You ready for this? You ready for this, chat? Where is it? I have it somewhere. It's probably fan-made stuff, right? Yeah. Feast your eyes on this. The vertical stream has no clue what's going on because it's only on the horizontal. But why somebody felt like it. Now that's going away. I don't know. Do I have anything else I can show you guys off of here? I've got Voided Muffin art. I've got... Oh, that's an old one. Some of these are really old. I can't show you guys that one. That one's like a little too risky for Twitch. What did I click back into? Pregnant me. It's a thing. It happened. I drew that one. That one was cool. I can't show that one on stream. We're beyond that time period. that we can't make those jokes anymore. Pregnancy. Forever. Can it go away forever? It could go away for a little bit, but it's in my emotes, so you'll see it every once in a while. The image lives forever in Kittrick's server, by the way. Does it actually? I didn't know it was in there. That's funny. The amazing Digital Circus is great and insane at the same time. Yes, I did see your Discord analytics. That was interesting. That was really interesting that it calculated it that way. I wouldn't have thought that, but it was weird. Well, my name. Here, I've got my first ever Voided Muffins art. You guys ready for this? Uh, Golden Retriever Reg. Pretty solid, pretty solid. I'm not gonna do that one, but it's really tempting. This one is relevant to the peanut butter conversation from a while back, but I don't think we're gonna do that one. I've got I don't want to do that one. This was from SCP. Somebody drew me and SCP. Which one was that? It's the orange blob. I don't know how many of you guys were into SCP. That one was fun. I've got... This one's weird. I love facial morphing. It's great. This was when I did my I'm quitting prank on everybody, and I had people drawing me, commissioning fan art, and other things. I got a lot of money for April Fool's Day one year. That was my mistake. My bad, guys. Can't show you guys that. I've got... Oh, that's kind of cute. We got this one. Oh, that's really big. Can I shrink it? This is just quickly becoming an art stream. I'm sorry, guys. He's just a little guy. I forgot about that. Uppy. Better than Regnancy. Well, I'm gonna go render that other one I sent. I'll get distracted from blenching. I'm done. Have a nice life, Reg. Thank you. I appreciate it. Have a nice life, Jinx. I need to start clearing these because it's gonna start lagging before long. I've got too many images on screen. How do I hide that? What? Remove. Yes. Remove. Yes. Not rename. No. Remove. Yes. And remove. There we go. Why and how does it think I'm 21 to 24 and 35 plus years old, but 25 to 34? I'm just nearly impossible to be a thing. You've confused it successfully. That's the impressive thing, I think. What? Oh? Okay. I opened a message and I'm confused. That's okay. Confusion's normal. Okay, are we good? I think I'm good. I can't... As much as I really want to show you this, that's just a different period of my lifetime. I really shouldn't. We used to be a lot more edgy, guys. I was very edgy. Like... J-Schlatt humor, kind of edgy. Which... At the time period, it suited me pretty well. I won't lie. But... that was something I drew. It was very interesting. It was very, very interesting. I'm back. I was buffering for a while. You're all good, dude. Welcome back. Auto-modded? Oh, no. Yes, I don't want to show you that. I do actually have something that probably could classify as it. I don't know. It's got feet. Do you guys want to see feet fan art? I don't really want to show you guys, but I didn't draw that one. Let me just say it. If that's something you guys want to see, that's your mistake. No? Okay, I'm glad. I don't... Listen, I wasn't the one that even drew this. I didn't ask for it to be drawn. Somebody else made it. I can't help it. I can smell your past. It's, I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That's what they all say, Reg. Listen. I mean, I could show you some of the things I've drawn, but I don't really draw things for myself. I usually draw things for other people, or I draw, back when I was trying to learn how to draw, I would do, like, fan art for video games or movies or things of that nature, just to try to learn. Doom Guy was by far the best character I think I've ever drawn. And I gave up halfway through and put on, like, some swim shorts on him and just called it a day. But, you know, definitely a work of all time. I almost never draw things for myself, no OCs. I love drawing for other people. I definitely understand that. I could... If I was good at drawing, I would never be able to do it for myself. I'm just not motivated. But for other people, I have definitely tried to learn. I can't say it's ever been good, but I have tried. I draw things for myself, but it's complete abstractification. I can relate a little bit. It's been a while. Any new 3D printed ducks or stuff? I do have something. It's not a duck. I built this. It's a storage tray. So I've got USB sticks. I've got SD cards. It's really handy. I don't use it a ton, but I'm going to be using it more often soon. So it's got all my storage devices on it, which is nice. I've made, like, I think 40-something of these. These are little safety pins for a shelf I'm building, which I haven't worked on since, like, January. Let me go get a piece of that so I can show you. So I've got this, and I've got, like, 4 more of them that go across this way, and I've got 3 of them that go down this way, and they all link together with the those safety pins, and then that's one shelf done. I need to make a bunch more, but I haven't done it. It'll be done eventually. It'll be done eventually. I promise. I'm promising myself that. Okay. More useful than ducks, but ducks are funnier. I can agree with that. I can definitely agree with that. What's your favorite game outside of Minecraft? Right now, Star Wars The Old Republic. It is a Star Wars MMORPG game. It's very, very good if you're into Star Wars. It's 15 years old, and it shows every bit of it, but they're doing a lot of work to modernize the game. So I've been able to actually use it as a comparison to Minecraft in a lot of senses, because a lot of people have been very angry about Minecraft and how slow they are to update things, while in the background they are doing the same modernization things. So it's been really nice to be able to at least cross-compare the experiences there and say, you know, when it comes to old games, this is the natural course of progressions. And it's just a good game in general. I enjoy it. It's got a very good story if you're into Star Wars especially. It's a little cringy, but it's a BioWare original game. That has since been moved over to Broadsword Interactive, I believe. Which is still under EA. I know. But you know, a pretty decent game in my opinion. Reg forgot this, but with the Truman Show fourth wall breaking recording in my kitchen, would you describe the singing as angelic? I would say so, yeah. The fact that the thing is, I can't get that high. That's the thing. If you can, anyone can sing better than me. Anyone that can do anything usually impresses me. You could write the Hello World script, and if you wrote it just even from memory, it would impress me. I'd be like, bro, what? Huh? I'm gonna go. Bye-bye. See you, Coral. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. Have a good rest of your night, and we'll catch you another time. Minecraft switching over to Vulkan. I know. It's so exciting. I know a lot of people are scared about it because of the shaders probably breaking, but I feel like they've given us enough of a heads up that a lot of these projects should be just fine. So I'm excited though. It'll add a lot of performance enhancements. Or at least that's the hope. Good riddance, crazy. Oh man, gotta go see a Jams. Thanks for popping in. I appreciate it. What time is it? 9:30. Okay. I was gonna say, I know I'm gonna try to wrap up by 10, or at 10, somewhere around there, because I still have a video I need to get done, and I need to do some work for my dad tomorrow. A lot of work for my dad tomorrow, ideally. And I still need to do the Forever World video this weekend. So we'll see. We will see. And then I've got next month I'm planning on taking a little easier. I don't know what's going on, but I need to focus on personal life a little bit better than what I have been. So I'm gonna try to put aside some more time every day, or at least every week, and see if I can figure something out there, because I have not done my due diligence as a patient. I really need to call or push for my referrals to go through so that I can get all that sorted out. That was like one of the big things through this year that I wanted to get done, was get my health fixed. I've not done a good job of that. But, you know, you live and you learn. And I think there's a chance that next month at least I'll settle down and I'll get there. As you know, Reg, my voice goes higher, and I didn't know that was considered high. Also, the reason I asked was because one person said that's how it sounded to them. Then asked a friend if it was an accurate description, and now you're my second confirmation. Well, I'm glad to be your second. Also, this is a kind of nice book. I could put that on anything that's not a sword, because I actually hate knockback. I'm weird like that. I think knockback is like the worst thing you could ever put on a sword. Although I do see why you might want it. It's just, for skeletons in specific, I get annoyed. But once you have a maxed out bow, it's not too big of a deal, so I don't know. Candy posture check and a hydrate from Water Ghost. Appreciate it. Let me go grab some candy. got? Chocolate. Knockback as an enchant is very hit or miss for me. That's fair. I'm the same way. Now, for a bow, I like punch. That's one of the really interesting things. It's very, very interesting. I watched the Warden video you recommended, and honestly, I was like, wait, I know that guy when he spoke. Yeah. I was curious if people would catch any of the voices in there. I was in it. Kit was in it. A lot of people that I was in Twitch SMP with were in it. Obviously, Tactical Slime was also Twitch SMP, so I that's how I met him. So, but there was a lot of cameos. Kit was right after me, I think. I might be wrong. But she was in it. I think. Or maybe she was right before me. I don't know. I could pull it up later, and I might send a timestamp to you or something. We'll see if I remember. Thank you for the candy, though. I appreciate it. That's fair, Water Ghost. That's fair. And here's your hydrate also. I have to fix my hair. It's like it's not a mess, but it's not doing what it usually does. It's fine. I'm paying too much attention. Back up. Back up. Hey, that's my fish. Okay. Boop. 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 Pop. And then... Nope. There. Okay, might have to rewatch it. Reg, does doing the Hello World output in code off memory really impress you? Pretty much, yeah. I can't remember that stuff. I really struggle when it comes to code. I've been kind of thinking... I haven't decided it yet. But if this job opportunity that I've applied to works out, I may consider just paying some people to work on commission for me, for my video game. Because as much as I'd like to make it myself, I'm looking at it in the time that I'm gonna have. And the skill that I have, they just don't work very well together there. So if I could commission people to help me build at least modules of the systems, or even just pay somebody to do the models and the art for the game, would be a big help. But I haven't gotten that far in. I'm gonna kind of wait and see if I do end up with the job, then I want to see what my time really looks like. I want to make sure that I'm not just losing time from being unmanaged ADHD, possibly. If I'm losing a lot of time from that, then I may be just fine, but I know that my current output does not match somebody who'd be able to hold down any sort of hobby after a normal 9 to 5 kind of job. But we'll see. We'll see. I'm not gonna say it's impossible. But I'm also just kind of going, you know, realistically, if I really just suck at this, I could just take the lead of lead designer and pay people to do the programming and the art and music, and I just make sure it lines up with the dream. But we'll see. We will see. Check the DMs. I saw a surprise image. Oh boy. Wild. Well, consider me impressed. You win. You win. I'm not good at that stuff. I need to work on it a little bit more. Yay, I get a cookie now, right? Yep, you get cookie. Expect it in the mail in 3 to 5 business years, but it will be there. Trust. You know, the shipping recently has been kind of a nightmare. The weather's kind of been a little bit adverse to travel and, you know, all that stuff. I've actually not had terrible weather. Business years, that's totally a thing. You get it, Oh, man. Okay, I'm sorry for pausing again and again and again, but I know ads are about to start and I want to see them. Okay. What do we got? We got 10. Hey Siri, set a timer for 10 minutes. Gosh, you're having trouble today. Alright. Come on, mending, please. Please. We might need to build a statue for mending. Was that you, Rift? Or maybe it was Jam. It was Jam, I think. Said building a statue or a shrine to mending. I got like a really nice island right there. We could do it. We could do it. Oh. Can't see. There we go. It's been my main monitor that's been doing it a lot more lately. I think that one might be a cable issue. But that's just a guess. Because I've always had that. Well, I've not always had it as an issue, but main monitor is the one that usually is that way. The other two don't turn off unless the whole graphics card decides that it's gonna go to sleep, or that it decides that it's going to have issues and then just crash the whole driver. That's been fun. On one hand, I'm happy, but also kind of ashamed for legit coming out of nowhere and sending the recordings of my singing, because I feels a bit selfish with recent knowledge developments. Huh? Huh? No, you're good, dude. You're fine. I just get to them when I can. I don't know if you guys heard that. It doesn't hurt. But I don't know if you guys heard that. My jaw. This is a really interesting thing. I think I've talked about it before. You may have noticed I don't actually move my mouth the way most people move their mouth. This is something I've noticed as well. But your jaw is on a hinge, but it's also on like a slide. The problem is sometimes your jaw just pops out of one spot because it slides too far or whatever, I guess. And my jaw does that a lot. You can look up like TMJ dislocations, I guess, would probably be TMJ subluxation or something of that nature. But the TMJ is the type of joint it is, I guess. And it's a thing. I didn't know it was a thing for the longest time, but I could just like kind of unhinge my jaw a little bit. But I've noticed I don't actually like talk normal. My jaw doesn't move nearly as much as most people's do because I try not to let it pop. Because it does give you a headache if you do, I guess. And I have gotten headaches before from doing it, so I imagine it's probably not good for you to pop it a bunch. But anytime I'm like eating or if I'm yawning, it'll just kind of like, and it's like, oh, that was concerning. Really, really concerning. But, you know, it actually doesn't hurt. Sometimes it feels good. But my brain just feels guilty when you said you're easily impressed when others do things you can't. I mean, I'm just always amazed, you know? It pushes me to do things differently or better as well. That's the thing, you know? I think the amount of people I've seen that do things that I like to do way better than me, it pushes me. It really does. There's some people on the internet who I see that can play guitar so much better than me. And, you know, I've been playing for a long time. Admittedly, a lot of that time was stagnant time, but you know, it's pushed me to try to learn new things and try to get better and learn new scales and such. And that's been really good for me. Singing is one of those things I have not really spent enough time on to truly try to get better at it, but it's one of those things at some point I would. But you know, same thing with code, with Minecraft skills as well. There's so many people that are much better at content than me, and that definitely pushes me to get better. Because I can actually, I'm trained enough in this that I know what to look for and how to improve. So that's been one of the nice things, is being able to sit here and when I watch somebody do something, I'm like, oh, I think I could probably do that too. And then I try it, and you know, it's what Ludwig, I think, called the yoink and twist. You take somebody else's idea and you put your own twist on it, and boom, it's a new original idea. I've been trying that a little bit, not in excess. You know, the Forever World has been something I've been wanting to do for a while, but I've actually, I got inspired a lot to do it because I saw a lot of my other friends having done it, and I saw a lot of other YouTubers in general just trying it, and it looked like fun. It was doing okay number-wise, so I was like, you know what, let's try it. It was something that I've not been able to do in a long time, is have a series, or have even an opportunity at having a series. So it's been really nice to have that for me. How are the cows doing? Okay, I actually don't hate that. I think the berries, we need to like trim things up because there's a lot of vine that's just hanging way down. But at some point in time, I'll actually trim it and I'll limit where they can get down to. But it looks like we need a little bit more vine hanging both on the outside here, and we need more berries on certain portions of it as well. But we'll get there. We'll get there when we get there. Gotchas appreciate it in kind of the same way. Yeah, I figured we were probably similar on that. Anytime I see somebody that can do something well, it sounds very self-absorbed, or maybe a little bit full of themselves. But if I can see somebody else do something, there's no reason to believe that I could never. And so that's kind of how I look at it, is if I can see somebody else do something, I could probably do it as well. I just need to spend enough time, and I could probably do it. Now that doesn't mean I'm gonna be good at it immediately, but I might be able to pull something off. Within reason, of course. Oh, of course, yeah. There's definitely limits on some things, but I could definitely get places with most things, in my opinion. Let's see. I'm gonna wrap up stream, guys. I appreciate y'all for watching. I know it's not been a super long stream and we've missed a lot. Imagine Reg against the NBA or something. That would be crazy. That would be so crazy. Raid, yes, we will be doing a raid. Let's see. This is somebody new. They raided us a couple weeks ago, I think. So we're gonna return the favor. Thanks for sharing. Thanks for watching. I have someone. If you want, you can DM me them, and I will check them out and add them to the list. That way, I have a chance to rate them at some point. But this one, they rated us, I think, a couple weeks ago. And I haven't actually gotten a chance to watch them yet either. So it's gonna be new for me as well. Per usual, I enjoy the streams. Well, I appreciate it. I enjoy having you guys around. So, thank you guys so much. Appreciate you all. I'll be back again on Thursday if all goes to plan, and there will be some things coming out over the next couple of days, hopefully, in all the places. I should have an announcement for Omnia sometime this week, hopefully, if I have to delay some things, but we'll get there when we get there. Just don't pay attention. Don't pay attention. That's all I ask. Thursday late as usual. I'll be there. Exactly. Thank you, Nathan. Thank you. All right, guys. Hop in raid, get some free champ points, and I'll catch you guys next time. Bye-bye, everybody.